Making almond flour today?
Yeah.
Wait, almond flour? This isn't almond flour. This is gluten-free sourdough breadcrumbs. Gluten-free sourdough breadcrumbs. You want to try one? They're pretty small to try, bro. So, pouring these in here. I mean, you can try, I guess. It's pretty.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring this to your bathroom. I know you need some.
Good stuff, right? Look at these beautiful breadcrumbs. Gluten-free sourdough breadcrumbs. You want to try a breadcrumb?
Yeah.
Let's see. They're pretty small, though. You can try a little. Crunchy?
Yeah.
How's it? Pretty good?
Yeah.
Good. It's pretty small, so they're kind of hard to crunch. Sometimes the bigger ones, we usually leave the bigger ones for him to eat, but there's no bigger ones. Why do you keep coming over here with toilet paper?
When did you get so beautiful?
That's a good husband. I came out this morning from getting ready and Liam goes, he says, Mama, you're so beautiful. I'm like, that's a good dad teaching those boys. That's a good dad at teaching those boys. All right, first thing of the day. Is there a little one? I heard a little one. Hello, little one. I just made sourdough breadcrumbs. Gonna make, oh, hello. You wanna see yourself? He just wants to be on camera. Okay, so we made sourdough gluten-free breadcrumbs. What else are we making today, Allie? We're making some homemade vegan butter.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we're gonna make some
Carrots.
carrots. We're making carrots?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I think we're gonna make crackers. Some sourdough crackers. Yeah, that's.
That's what I'm gonna be making.
What else is Dad making?
A little sugar.
Oh, you guys are a little wild. We need Grandma and Papa up here soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hello. Oh, I'm glad you fell right on the mat. I feel like I need my tripod to come. I need this over here. Just a weird angle. Whatever. See, it cuts off my head, but I'm figuring it out, you guys. Vegan butter. That's what's next. That's what we're gonna make today. You need almond milk, apple cider vinegar, coconut oil, olive oil, nutritional yeast, and a little bit of salt. Salt. Extra virgin olive oil. Nutritional yeast. And then I use expeller pressed coconut oil for my vegan butter, and I melt it because expeller pressed, it like doesn't have that coconut flavor. So it's just like a really neutral flavor to your butter. It's such good stuff. Here we go. Almond milk and apple cider vinegar. I love that you make your own homemade vegan butter using homemade almond milk. It's lovely. And if you follow me on Instagram, you know that Almond Cow is my jam. They have so many great recipes. I'm an Almond Cow ambassador. So I basically like make some recipes for them and, you know, the paid partnership type stuff. And I'll show you on a video soon how I make almond milk, but this is basically the Almond Cow almond milk maker, which is just so good. We use it like, I mean, every other day to make milk, maybe every 2 to 3 days. And because the boys go through this almond milk so fast, and you can make so many different things, but that's for another video. Okay. So basically to make your butter, I have a couple different blenders. We're gonna fill everything in here. This is gonna be enough to make, it makes 4 sticks of butter, this one recipe. So start with 1/3 cup of almond milk. 1/3 cup. Pour it in. And then I need to go get my apple cider vinegar. Apple cider vinegar, use 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. And actually, this is half, so we'll do 2 of these. Basically, if you mix plant-based milk with apple cider vinegar, it makes buttermilk, like a curdled plant milk. So if you're looking to use in a recipe like some kind of curdled milk replacer, use plant-based milk with apple cider vinegar just a little bit, and that'll curdle your milk. That'll curdle your milk right up. So putting this away. And then you need 1 cup of coconut oil melted. So I'm going to get a spoon here. Sometimes I don't even honestly measure, but for you guys I will. Basically, I just take what looks like a cup of coconut oil, put it in a mug and melt it. And then if I feel like it, I'll measure later. So you need 1 cup, which is quite a bit, but you can always put it back if you need to. I'm gonna go melt this in the microwave. Okay, 1 cup of melted butter. Let's measure it just to be safe. See how close I got. Perfect, absolute perfection. What can I say? Okay, there we go. So in here we have our coconut oil melted, our almond milk, 1/3 cup, and our 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. And then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. 1, 2. And then 1 teaspoon of nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast is a very, very, very important ingredient for a lot of plant-based recipes, especially if you're gonna do any kind of like cheesy thing, but of course this isn't cheese, but 1 teaspoon of nutritional yeast definitely helps with like coloring and just like a little bit of flavor for the butter. I love nutritional yeast. Sometimes I literally just like put this on like popcorn, and it's so good for you, but also tastes just delicious. Last but not least, 1/2 teaspoon of salt. This is 1 teaspoon. I put about half. Call that good. Put the top on. That's literally it. You got your 1/3 cup of almond milk, 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar, 1 cup of coconut oil, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of nutritional yeast, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Gonna go do a little blendy blend, and then we'll pour it into the molds and put it in the fridge, and we'll have butter for sticks ready for baking and other things for the next week. So I blended this. Oh my gosh. I have the strength. Just kidding. I'm always like, husband, open this. No, we're strong too, us women. Okay, so this is basically, what is this? A butter holder stick maker. Oh my goodness. Okay, so let's just see if you guys can really see me kind of pouring it into these 4 spots. It's just beautiful. Beautiful poured butter, vegan butter. Then I'll put the top on this, and once it's in the fridge for like, I don't know, maybe a few hours, it probably solidifies, but I usually leave it for the next day. So we have butter for the week. Next up is gonna be mushrooms. Let's show you these mushrooms. These are summer oyster mushrooms that we foraged. I mean, I guess my husband and I did forage days. I was gonna say really, he did, but no, it was both of us. We found this little log. Actually, he found it on a walk with the boys. And we've been looking up different mushrooms on this one app to tell us if they're edible. And then of course we like look more detailed.
Plus we have our favorites that we compare to, so.
These are summer oysters. They're like washed and cleaned.
Look at those gills.
Like, you can, it's just so beautiful. So we're gonna cook these up with a little olive oil, and then in the end we always use some yuzu ponzu, which is just phenomenal for mushrooms. So we're gonna cook these up. This is sourdough discard, and since we made butter, I put the rest of the last butter in here. This is a couple tablespoons. Do you mind going and melting this for me?
Of course, my dear. Is there anything else you need? Foot rub?
I'll take a foot rub. Down here I have scale, and we're going to probably just measure like 200 grams of discard. Basically, for sourdough crackers, you just take any discard you have, and for every 100 grams of discard, you use like 1 tablespoon of butter. So melt your, I think I just put like, there was like, looks like about 2-ish tablespoons of butter. This is 195 grams of sourdough discard. Literally mix sourdough discard and butter. And then we're gonna lay it out on a sheet pan after I mix this up. Thanks, babe. My sous chef. We're gonna just mix this up, add some everything bagel seasoning once it's all spread out, and then I bake this at, I think I bake it at 350 for 10 minutes. Then I go in and make the slices with the pizza cutter, bake it again for another 15 to 20. Once they're separated, they're done. Sourdough, discard crackers, 3 ingredients, so easy, plant-based butter, sourdough discard, and everything bagel seasoning. So here's the discard and the melted butter. It's just thick. It's really like, again, all of these things, like, nothing has to be so specific and so perfect. It's just kind of like, use your intuition a bit, you know, like
the
life.
perfection's not in the recipe, it's in the chef.
Oh my gosh, if there was only such a thing as a perfect chef.
Perfect life.
So,
looking at her.
Basically, oh my goodness, get you a husband that talks you up like mine. So I literally, doesn't end up being like pretty. It just is, you know? Just is.
What?
Get this down.
Beauty isn't in the recipe, it's in the chef.
Oh my gosh. Okay. I don't even know what to say. My husband distracts me. I probably usually use closer to 300 plus grams because that fills this, but I was just trying to do a little snack for the boys when they wake up after their nap. So basically just like, you know, put it down, spread it out thin, and then I'm gonna get the everything bagel seasoning. I'm trying to move some of this out to the side.
So is it everything bagel or is it everything but the bagel?
Like, actually, that's so funny because it, on so many seasoning things, it says like everything but the bagel seasoning, which I guess it technically is because you're buying the seasoning and not the bagel. But it's also like, okay, this is everything bagel seasoning. Let's see what this one says. Everything blend.
Wow.
They skipped everything but the or everything bagel.
Wow.
Just take it. I actually usually open up the back end instead of putting it through here because sometimes the onion pieces are like a little too big. Just sprinkle everything as much or as little as you want. And then, like I said, we'll bake these for 10 minutes before we do a little pizza cutting. And then another 15 to 20. And we'll have sourdough crackers. So this is not a mushroom video, and we will do a foraging and like mushroom video because we are mushroom obsessed. shiitakes, oysters, hen of the woods, all the mushrooms. We love them. But check out, okay, so these, they cook up so beautifully. It was one of our first times foraging, and oh my gosh, is that just like such a beautiful thing to do. Like you really, it's amazing how disconnected we are from all of like our plants and like this earth itself. And this was such a fascinating way to just like ground yourself. And the smell in our kitchen right now, here, you talk.
Well, oh hey, so when we're looking at these mushrooms, oyster mushrooms, the name kind of gives it away.
Yeah.
There's a lot of ways to tell if it's an oyster mushroom or not, but the most important way to tell, did you smell that?
Yeah, can you smell that?
It smells like catch of the day. And that's the big indicator. We got a seafood smell in this house, and it's all thanks to these oyster mushrooms. And thanks to my wife for cooking them and knowing what to do with them.
Okay, so
What are we doing here?
mushrooms going. First round of mushrooms done. Actually, I have to put some sauce on them. But, and then we're getting out the crackers. So they've been in for like 10 minutes. And this is when I kind of just give them like, you know, a little slice so they separate on their own. Basically,
You're just giving them direction for their future.
Nice. I really do this a bit willy-nilly. But it's fine. It really doesn't matter. Sometimes they're big, sometimes they're small. None of this matters.
All of it's eaten.
Like that. And then we'll put them back in. Again, we're at 350. We'll do like 20 minutes. They'll probably be done a little bit before then. We'll see them when they're done. Okay. These are done. I think. And the crackers should be too.
Smell like heaven.
Once they're done, I usually just let them cool. And I'm not gonna be able to do this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably.
And we'll just set them right here. And so like they always get more done on the edge, especially if it's a little thinner. And like you can end up, they're kind of hot still, but you can end up, you just break them apart in that crack. But you can do like really crunchy ones, like these ones on the side. And then some of these middle ones like are a little softer. My husband usually.
I like the soft chews.
You like the soft ones sometimes. The boys love the crunchy ones, and so do I. So I let these cool for a little bit, and then we'll dump them into a bowl. Except for he never lets them cool. And then the ones that like don't fully break, the ones
Really
that
good.
don't fully break, you just kind of, they like all break after. That's the whole point of the pizza cutting, is because it just, they either separate themselves or just make it super easy to break apart yourself. And then here are, I'm gonna add more of these mushrooms here, but this is one of our favorites, this yuzu ponzu. And it's literally, I didn't put any salt, it's just avocado oil, mushrooms, little yuzu ponzu. Billy always eats them with his chopsticks. These are so, so delicious. These are so good. I just eat them, look at me with my fingers. Woo! The dog got one and my sweatshirt got the other. So good though. Oh my gosh. Classic, right?
Almost did what you did.
So good. Oh my gosh. They're like a little crispy, crunchy. I honestly, well, I don't even know, what would you say that tastes like? They're so delicious. This is, we sometimes go up with like edamame with it, or like we'll just do this with shiitake mushrooms.
Go back to bed.
I can see one of the kids just woke up from his nap really early. Oh goodness. All right, we have other stuff to do. These are so good. Foraged. Found them a couple miles away from our house. Beautiful.
Mushrooms can save your life. In his hands.
I know. Oh my gosh. So good.
Is that your favorite mushroom? I mean, is oyster your favorite mushroom?
No, but these are delicious.
What's your favorite mushroom?
But this is my favorite oyster mushroom.
Nice. Shiitake?
I love shiitake, but maybe hen of the woods.
Ooh. Yeah.
We got
The way
some
you
pink
do it.
oyster, some golden oyster. Recently, we got, what were some of those other ones? We tried a
Enoki.
bunch of other ones though, enoki, lion's mane. This is not a mushroom video. Did you film?
Yeah, I'm filming.
Film? I literally just dump everything into a bowl. And the reason this parchment paper is brown is because I have to use it at least twice. Like, there's no way I'm putting that. Whoa, why is this one stuck?
I think that's very dad of you. I like that. Can't just use something once and throw it away. It's gotta be used 3 times. Just like underwear. Just because there's holes in it doesn't mean it doesn't work.
These are so good. Look at these. They're so beautiful. So there's some crispier ones. Softer ones. Listen to that
Thank
crunch.
you.
Oh,
Oh, I thought you were giving me a soft one.
no.
I want a soft one.
I'm showing. Look at it. Listen to this crunch. That's a crunch. Yum. The boys devour these.
Yep.
I realized that I'm on here and like I haven't really talked much to anybody who's new visiting my channel. Obviously this is kind of a new venture, but I'll give like a little mini background about myself. Maybe I'll do this with my husband at some point too. But here, this is, check this out. This is a good starting point. This is my vegan and sourdough cookbook. I'm plant-based. I'm a plant-based girly swirly. My family is plant-based and it was not always that way. We were all well, not all, the littles are really little. My husband and I were ravenous meat eaters for many, many years. Quite frankly, we didn't watch anything about the way that we ate. Like, we were both in the news and were news reporters on TV for many years. And with that kind of lifestyle comes a lot of like really quick eating, a lot of fast food, a lot of unhealthy habits and lifestyles, at least when it came to us and a lot of people I do know in the industry. I'm not saying everyone's that way. But it's just hard to get a grasp and a grip on like eating healthy and having the time, because you really didn't have the time to do anything. But we got out of news years ago and we had a couple babies, and after I had my babies, I feel like I had this really, really kind of big epiphany of like, we are harming our planet and we are eating and killing animals, and what the heck is the point of this? Like, it's doing damage to our body. Basically, it like just, I went into this spiral of like knowledge, education. Like, I need all of it, all of the information. Like, what does this food do to our body? Like, why are we eating this way? Like, what is going on in America? Where were things, how did things used to be? Like, how should we eat? Why do we have all these metabolic and chronic health diseases? Like, I needed answers. I had gestational diabetes in both of my pregnancies, and I was severely obese. Like, I was about 140 pounds heavier than I am now. And my life was really a lot different than it looks today. And I can give a lot more background on that if anyone's interested, but along with my weight loss journey and becoming a mom and becoming plant-based and starting to make sourdough, I just have really made it my mission in life to help teach people about food, about what different foods do to us, how food literally can be thy medicine. And it has been for me. It's been a huge part in my healing journey of my body, my mental, physical, all health, everything tied together. So all that to say, I'm here to help you transition to plant-based eating, encourage you to eat more plant-based options, give you some ideas in the kitchen, like encourage you to cook with your kids, maybe grow your own food, teach you how to make sourdough. I'm working on gluten-free sourdough because of course I've mastered the regular sourdough. So this is just going to be a channel that's kind of like all encompassing food, lifestyle, happy, healthy, all the things relate. And just welcome. Thanks for joining me. If there's anything you want to see, reach out. Any questions you have, I'm a total open book. And thanks for being here with me.